Here are some uncommon valid IDs identification cards in the Philippines separating the primary from the secondary IDs. Undeniably, presenting a valid ID is one of the basic components in most transactions. It proves the identity of the person and as well as helps authenticate the data that he or she has provided. In applying for a loan, may it be in a private company or a public agency, in sending or receiving money to or from another person, in booking for travel tickets, and in several other transactions, a valid ID is needed. With regards to Philippine valid ID, it may actually be considered a primary ID or a secondary ID in certain transactions really request for a primary one. Do you want to know which IDs are primary and which are secondary? Nowadays, it's important to have at least 2 identification cards in your wallet. Private and government institutions usually ask to see one before pushing through with simple to major transactions like paying for bills or opening a bank account. Level up your adulting game by securing or collecting the following valid IDs. You never know when you will need them the most. Passports are not just useful when traveling overseas. A Philippine passport is also a powerful identification card that you can use in private and government-related transactions. Apply for a passport through the Department of Foreign Affairs DFA website. To avoid delay and inconvenience, secure an appointment slot months before your trip. Philippine passports have a 10-year validity and cost 950 peso to 1,200. Here are 3 types of driver license in the Philippines: student, non-professional, and professional. Each license grants different level of driving proficiency. This type of identification is acknowledged by both private and government offices, including banks. Philippine driver license with 5-year validity and costs 318 peso to 820. The Unified Multi-Purpose ID UMID is one of the most powerful valid IDs in the Philippines, as it bears all the information of the cardholder local benefits. It also serves as a Government Service Insurance System, GSIS, PhilHealth, and PAG, EBIG ID. Philippine UMID ID is free of charge. Professionals such as registered nurses, engineers, architects, physicians, and etc., among many others who pass their licensure exams, are provided with a license card by the Professional Regulation Commission. The IDs serve as proof of identity and license to operate as a professional. It cost 1,050 peso for baccalaureate, and for non-baccalaureate it cost 1,320 peso. Do you want to be eligible to vote? Apparently, being 18 is only the first part of the requirement. What next is registering as a voter and getting a voter ID. Securing a voter ID will take months to process, as it will entail a fingerprint matching process that will filter over 52 million voter records. This ID is granted to registered voters. All government agencies and private organizations acknowledge this ID as it is issued by the Commission on Elections (COMELEC). Voters' ID is free of charge. The Department of Labor and Employment (DOLE) encourages overseas Filipino workers OFW to get an OFW ID to assist them with banking and government-related transactions. Not only will this function as their membership card for POEA, but it can also be used for all other transactions in the Philippines. OFW ID, it cost 120 peso. for secondary IDs, and supporting documents, as follow.